pretty sure the first Robin book that I ever bought was a Chuck Dixon, Tom Lyle book. I'm sure I have it in my collection. So the fact that Lyle's work was one of the first to introduce me to the character, period, that will always have a special place for me within my fandom and just my experience with this medium. So losses like this are always very hard and they're really sentimental. Such a fantastic artist, honestly. Welcome back, Gothamites. If you're new here, hi. I'm London, aka History of the Batman. I'm filming this video because the comic book world has lost a very humble and talented artist, Tom Lyle, who has passed away at the age of 66, and that was confirmed earlier this morning by the Savannah College of Arts and Design, where he was a professor and taught sequential art. When we lose those who have brought to life some of our favorite characters and fictional universes, it's always best to remember them by celebrating the work that they have given us over the years. So that is what I wanted to do for this video today. I wanted to briefly highlight many of Tom Lyle's contributions to not just the Batman mythology, but to the whole comic book world, discussing his craft and overall remembering a very, very talented illustrator that made the Batman universe that we all know and love a little bit better. Lyle first began working with DC Comics when he became the prominent artist on the new Starman comics with writer Roger Stern, and they both co-created the character Will Payton. This revamped Gardner Fox and Jack Burnley character, who originally debuted in 1941, had amazing strength, could fly, and manipulate energy. Lyle's design of this newer Starman gave both a testament to the Golden Age hero and a new introduction of the character to a more modern audience. After working on Starman for the remainder of the 1980s, Tom Lyle began collaborating with writer Chuck Dixon in the early 90s on many different Batman publications. Perhaps the biggest contribution to Batman that Tom Lyle is known for is his 3 limited issue series that he did with Dixon on Tim Drake's Robin, which began in 1991. Along with Dixon and artist Bob Smith, Lyle designed Drake in his new Robin solo book, which was actually the first time that persona, even though Robin was created in 1940, received his own self-titled publication. So Lyle's work is already within the history books of the Batman mythos. In the first 5-issue limited series, Tim Drake travels to Paris to actually train to become Robin before going back to Gotham City and actually working alongside Bruce Wayne's Batman. And while he is there, he has to fight off King Snake and the Ghost Dragons gang, which is going to be a reoccurring problem for Tim Drake's Robin during Lyle's run. Other early Batman arcs that Lyle worked on included 1991 Shadowbox, which was in Batman 467 to 469, and the 4-issue limited series Robin to the Joker's Wild, which is one of my favorite limited series featuring Robin of all time and one of the best stories to come out of the 1990s. Because Batman is gone and Tim Drake actually has to fight the Joker by himself after, of course, Joker escapes Arkham Asylum because Arkham Asylum security is trash. So then in the pages of 1992's Detective Comics issues 644 to 646, Dixon and Lyle co-created the character Buzz Galvin, who transformed into the new villain, the Electrocutioner. And both Batman and Robin have to stop him before he seeks deadly revenge against Commissioner James Gordon because he blames him for being put in prison. His life is always threatened because he's always blamed, or Batman, for going to jail even though they aren't the ones who did the crime, but it's a reoccurring theme. 1992 was also a really big year for the Batman mythos, and it was courtesy of Tom Lyle because he co-created, along with Chuck Dixon, the character of Stephanie Brown, who is the daughter of the villain Clue Master, and her first persona is called Spoiler, who debuted in Detective Comics issue 647. And with that initial arc from Detective 647 to 649, Spoiler, along with the dynamic duo who are kind of iffy about her joining their little gang, all try to work together to stop Clue Master, who is of course Stephanie's father, because she does not like the criminal activity that he is doing. Why would she? 1992 also saw the third and last limited Robin series that Lyle did with Chuck Dixon, and that was Robin 3: Cry of the Huntress. Yes, Huntress, so good. And of course, King Snake and the Ghost Dragon gang is back, and they're just tearing up Gotham City, and Robin and Huntress are the dynamic duo in this arc, and they have to fight to stop them because for some reason King Snake just does not like Tim Drake's face. They are always just going at it, and I kind of love that hero villain arch nemesis thing happening there, even though it was only for a little bit in the early 90s. It was very, very fun. I mean, the guy had a really huge like snake tattoo on him, and it was just, he just seemed very extra. Some of Lyle's later Batman work included 2013's Batman Legends of the Dark Knight arc called Elements of Crime, which was written by Mike W. Barr and published in issues 63 to 65. And he also illustrated the cover to 2014's Batman 66 issue 46. Of course, he not only did interiors for other DC Comics books, such as Sensation Comics featuring Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and Justice Society of America, but perhaps my favorite non-Batman DC Comics work that Tom Lyle did, and I'm sure for many other people as well, was his redesign of the Scarlet Spider, because that blue hoodie, my goodness, so dope, still sick to this day, amazing, game changer. And just the entire Spider-Man clone saga from the mid-90s, epic, controversial, a little much, but everything. If you have not read it and you are a Spider-Man fan, please go out and find it. So good. Lyle's work on the Robin publication in the early 1990s is not only memorable because of the early stories that we get to see of Tim Drake in the Robin persona, but those stories and Lyle's work also helped issue in Tim Drake as the third Robin, especially after the tragic death of the second Robin, Jason Todd. And he created Stephanie Brown, who I honestly think is the underdog of the Batman family and doesn't get the credit that she deserves. Not only has she been spoiler, but she's also been Robin, the Girl Wonder, the only Girl Wonder in mainstream continuity. Sorry, Carrie Kelly, your alternate reality. And she's also been Batgirl, and she's been spoiler again. I mean, she has been trying her hardest to be in this Batman family, and she's kind of treated like garbage sometimes. Lately it's fine, but like the 90s, mid 2000s, and then she died and came back, and she's gone through it. So the fact that Tom Lyle gave us basically Stephanie Brown is just fantastic to me, because she is one of my favorite characters, and I think a very underrated character. And I'm sure many disagree with me, and that's totally fine. But those points in all of the Batman, DC, Marvel, any publication that he worked on, a lot of that really shaped the comic book world within the 1990s. Tom Lyle is a very important fixture of what comics looked like during the 1990s. And you just have to thank him for all of the contributions that he gave to Batman and all of the other fictional worlds that we love. I honestly send my condolences to the family of Tom Lyle and to any fan out there like myself who really enjoyed his work and that shaped how they loved comics themselves. Like I said in the beginning of the video, his Robin run was one of the first Robin books that I ever bought. So for me, it is a very sad loss for my growing into loving comic books and the comic book medium. In particular, comic book art. That's why I'm doing this today, and his work was definitely part of shaping me. If you want to read any of the stories that I did discuss in this video, I will be putting all of them in a special Amazon list in my Amazon shop, which is in the description below. So if you don't have a particular arc, trade that you would like to put in your collection, you can always go and buy it. And like I said, the best way to remember anyone's work, writer, artist, any creator, is to read it and experience it for yourself. So I honestly do recommend tonight, this weekend, picking up some of Lyle's work and just looking at his beautiful art. Tom Lyle may be gone from this world, but his amazing work in creating other worlds will, of course, always remain forever. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, remembering the work of Tom Lyle. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. As always, all of my social media is linked in the description below, including Instagram at History of the Batman. So why don't you go to follow and become a Gothamite? Check out my videos for DC Comics, DC Fans channel, and of course, please subscribe to this channel so you can become part of this Batman community. It would mean so much to me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will have more History of the Batman soon, right here on YouTube. Remember, Gothamites, all about peace, love, and Batman. Bye. What?